you guys a little bit. I was also planning on
10
just
seconds remaining.
reiterating what was picked yesterday. We have Lich as the most picked hero of yesterday. But the two outliers from yesterday, some of the most picked, one super successful with 8 games as Disruptor, on the 88% win rate.
Wow.
And then there's a Rubik, second most picked hero, 18% win rate.
So that's 7 and 1 and 1 and 7 or 1 and 6.
I don't know. I didn't want to do the math.
It makes 4 heroes who have been picked and banned every game.
That Disruptor number
still very top heavy.
It's crazy.
It's not surprising. It's like it's the long.
Patience while the
It's so hard to explain. Like I feel like there's still.
So why is it not first picked? If it, I mean, an 88% win rate to major, 7-1.
They got Lich instead.
Yeah, Lich.
Okay.
It's also. I think that like the map just feels so much bigger. And heroes like Disruptor, because you have so much more reach, just naturally become more valuable.
Also, I think
you control larger swaths of the map.
Lich is a better opener, right? Lich fits into all kinds of drafts, and I feel like Disruptor is something you still kind of build around, which maybe is why he's so successful in his win rate. When he is picked up, he has a lineup that really accentuates his strengths, and therefore he's more successful. Meanwhile, Lich is just like, get first pick, and Lich is still in the pool. We'll take Lich.
Yep.
Lich has a 50% win rate, by the way.
Okay. No. And I do like it because didn't Secret played Slark? They played it a lot. I'm glad they just got rid of it. Matoma Man, Nisha lost with it, right? But Matoma Man won with it.
Yep.
Yes.
I believe. Okay.
Yeah, Matoma won with it twice.
Yeah,
and
Nisha lost with it. So
it works a lot against the I think there's so many good reasons. Secret is just like first picking it and winning, right? There is the fact that it works a lot against Hector's heroes, and then on top of that, it also very likely gives Secret better late game. You know, and I think those are like 3 different things you can't really afford to give up if you're BEASTCOAST.
I think that my 1B would just be the map control. Like, I'm going to talk about this till I'm blue in the face, but it's a very hidden power mechanic that you don't really ever see when you're watching the game, but Slark finds wards, and they deward them easily. It's such an immense advantage. Like, throughout a 30-minute game, Slark will be responsible for the destruction of at least 5 wards.
Better yet,
that's so value.
As a support, you give your sentries to the Slark, and Slark actually gets a D-ward gold for that as well, even though support bought the sentries. As long as Slark is on placing them, he gets the gold.
And the increasing gold of, like, as it scales into the game, the experience you get from it.
Yeah. I like the tree selection from Secret. This kind of fits the mold where we saw yesterday BEASTCOAST hit a triple BKB timing and effectively just started diving chaos in the fountain. Treant can shut this down.
The ABBA, though. Are we... I mean, we can't really assume anything. Obviously, we saw Hector play it yesterday, but do you think it might go the opposite?
It's a very real possibility that they go for it again in the safe lane. But, you know, it just depends on what happens here. Like, they're going to ban away some of the better Abaddon counters, OD being the worst of all of them. Man.
That hero's bonkers.
10 seconds remaining.
Ags OD, I've talked to some teams about scrimming against it.
5 seconds remaining.
And I'm not going to reveal who, but they were discussing how this one team showed them how broken OD with a fast Ags is, because it's just you just slow play fights, and it's just not fair. Like, you're removing 2 heroes from a fight at a time, or you can be aggressive while still having a defensive astral. It's just also the ult does too much damage.
Yeah,
you go for a tower push and like you imprison 2 heroes, like that team automatically is just like, oh
yeah,
crap.
What now?
Yeah, I mean, bring it up. I mean, you talked to Rioya, the OD spammer. I was watching him. He was playing for the Infinity, that ace team in one of the leagues last night against the team, and yeah, you rush Ags, and as you said, it's just a 3v5 fight all of a sudden. Like, you actually can't do anything. It's crazy.
Even if you don't kill anybody, it's like just the remaining threat. Do we want to continue to take this push? Because OD has been buffed up by his imprisonment.
It just gives you options, because you can now just, do we want this fight? Nah. All right, we'll just back away, or fully commit, or go for the other guys, or wait for them to pop out.
Even just 2 saves, not even aggressive. It's crazy.
Very similar to what Slark does with his passive. Something about those passives and taking away stats and building them up and storing them for later. Just
pretty good.
But then why is Silencer not popular anymore?
He needs to be a core, but he has no survivability, and he so easily get on top of
So
it.
he doesn't have any stuns.
Yeah.
Neither does OD, though. It's not a stun.
It counts. You're banished to the netherworld,
Disabled.
okay?
You have a save with your imprisonment. You can
That's
save
it.
other people with your imprisonment, and he's a better core than Silencer is.
It requires like either to be good. It feels as a core nowadays. You need to either
10 seconds
provide
remaining.
offensive disable or in some way prevent it or remove it from your
5
allies.
seconds.
What about
remaining.
Underlord? He steals damage.
We saw him
Nah,
yesterday.
really.
We saw him yesterday.
True.
Actually, technically, it's like that old you wouldn't steal a car. He doesn't steal damage. He downloads it.
Exactly.
Fair.
And actually, it is funny. You talked about the Silencer. I mean, the one team that might have played it would have been Whisper, right? He played it at the last major as an offlane core.
True.
And
Yeah.
now he's gone. So.
I would not be surprised if a team does try and run Silencer, much
agree.
like we've seen EG try and run the Riki core.
Right.
It's just like those little things that people have been building up in pubs, and then they display it here, see whether or not it works.
I'm still not a believer in.
No,
I'm not either.
I
think the game they
upside,
won
so I
was
agree.
off of OD, not Riki, but that's me.
All right, so what are we looking for here? Yeah, this is always the point where we see teams take longest to decide what they pick, because it kind of defines their direction.
Illusion core for secrets very strong here. You already have your support duo. You
Time
can just
now for
pick
the
it up
dire team to
immediately.
choose.
Well,
That's also a pretty solid hero, and again fits the concept. It'll allow you to scale. It's another disable for BKBs, and it's team fight.
And Nisha loves it.
Yeah.
I don't fully disagree with the Illusion Core idea, but BEASTCOAST did seem to think that they liked the Abaddon Core versus the Illusion Heroes,
Yeah, they're
right?
going to carry a
10
bad
seconds remaining.
You're a Radiance hero, you reach a certain timing that like is just
5
before an
seconds
Illusion hero
remaining.
really comes online. Your
Yeah.
peak is core Abaddon just like bulldozes down those towers and stuff.
It's a good point. It also gives BEASTCOAST a bit of an edge in this kind of draft because Secret won't know if this is a 1, a 3, a 5.
Yeah.
So they're sort of drafting blind against it. I will say Mag has very poor matchups against these two heroes. I think it's just the overall game archetype that Secret are going for here. It like, doesn't really care. Like you don't want to play Mag. Abaddon just
Radiant
pops
team
ulti,
pick.
shields off the other guy that's with him. There's the Schofield Tusk,
let's
which
go.
means it will be an Abaddon core. I like that. And it's another save now for an RP, but
Well, it can also be an Abaddon offlane.
It's really cool that they have this because they can run Abaddon offlane and then they could switch it up. They could run something like a fast Dro lineup, you know, and like take advantage of Magnus that way. Like
seconds
if OD
remaining.
was still in the pool, for example, like OD bonkers on Magnus with a Dro
5
lineup.
seconds remaining.
They could play that fast pace if they wanted to take advantage of Mag
Dire
lineups, which are
team
still a little bit slower.
Now, a hero that we've seen so highly valued in the minor, Vengeful Spirit, is missing completely. Do we not like her anymore?
I mean, she was big in the Vici versus Secret when they were just, it was like, well, it was just Venge plus Drow.
Yeah, we've seen Venge Drow lose a couple
We have,
times.
yeah.
though.
yeah,
I
the
don't
hero.
think Venge is that great. I
10
really don't.
seconds remaining.
It's again like the cyclical nature of the meta. Once illusion cores became really
5
popular,
seconds remaining.
they have natural high armor. Venge has no way of dealing with them. It just kind of falls off. And people have also shifted from placing their aura items on supports more towards their core, specifically the offlaner. So it just falls out of favor.
I mean, it's also a hero that, like, individually, like, by itself, what it provides to you in your draft is not actually that strong. Considering, like, the nerf on the swap range and stuff, it's not actually the best initiation tool. It's much better when it's comboed up specifically with the hero,
Yeah.
right? It's comboed Dro because of the aura stacking, right? But it's comboed with Puck, for example, to be able to snap the coil because that feels really strong.
Yeah.
But, like, individually,
Radiant team
the
ban.
hero's just kind of like,
There it is. I like it. Stick with what's working
Yep.
for you. And it's I mean, they first phase TA from him, so, you know, the Monkey King, just
Yep.
take it. I mean, this is almost exactly similar to yesterday's lineup.
I like it. I think both teams are going for their style. Like
Dire team
the
ban.
BEASTCOAST lineup works because they just play this way of Dota. It's going to be a Monkey King mid, or it'll be a Slark mid. It'll be something crazy aggressive that Chris Luck can just take over to buy space for K1 to go for this incredibly greedy style of playing carry.
And it's what we talked about, actually, right? Like, Secret, you look at their high ground defense right now, and it's a freaking a tree, a Puck, a Magnus. Like, that is real hard to play.
10
Especially when
seconds
you have,
remaining.
at least you do have the ABBA, so you do have, like, a way to hit a building quicker than normal. But
5
Monkey
seconds
King, Tusk,
remaining.
Lich, they don't want to, like, stand near a tier 3 tower ever.
What I like about this a lot is that Secret have made an effort to focus on winning team fights in an area right? They had this coil, this RP, this overgrowth, even disruptor with kinetic field, static storm, all really big zone control. But Monkey King's Wukong command is like one of like the premier ones, right? Because it's zone control off of your 2 position, right? A hero that's going to be very farmed, and it's also a very big AoE. So it makes it just like this whole big AoE you just don't want to fight into. It's always a good counter to Pluck if you can get it.
No, you can surprise fights with it, right? Because you can cast your ulti off a tree when they have no vision of you, and all of a sudden they are committed to the fight. It's tough.
I really like this last ban from both sides. Beast Coast removing the Lone Druid because all Secret's missing right now is some method of pressuring the map, taking objectives so that they could stall until their team fight advantage is too much for Beast Coast to overcome. Secret, you banned the Bat Rider. We saw what Lelis did yesterday. You don't want to give Beast Coast the ability to play with more pace. You've already secured your ability to 5-on-5. Just don't get run over, and you're probably going to be able to take it.
They have massively respect Lelis in this one because they also remove his Beastmaster.
Both heroes he played
and the clock yesterday, of course, was also played as a port. So Secret did their homework for sure. So did Beast Coast, as we can tell by the bans.
And this is also a core philosophy of a lot of the old captains. When you're playing against these more inexperienced, like rougher teams, ban the heroes they played.
Yeah,
like
simple.
Simple.
It is I agree.
Make them beat you with something they haven't shown. And
if they do, then guess what? You know about it now. Yeah.
A lot of people get like too clever. I mean, Puppy also has received criticism for this in the past, like giving away. I can't remember the tournament. There was one game he just kept giving Misery Bounty Hunter like 3 games in a row, and they kept losing, and it was like, why, Puppy?
All right,
Mars.
looks like Lil Ice is going to play Mars.
Yeah, he definitely will because he plays in pubs a ton.
Okay.
It's a little hard picking this hero when you don't like 100% know what your matchup is, right? Because it could still be like offlane. It could be safe lane mag. It could be offlane mag. It could be offlane Puck. It could be mid Magnus. Like you just don't know. They have a nice combination with Tusk Mars. I always love playing that, right? You shards into spear. Like it's a sick combination that you.
Did you PL?
Oh, and that makes your lane pretty hard. Any ranged carry is going to do quite well against Tusk Mars. They have a gap closer in the Snowball, so a hero like Dro Ranger would suffer, but Troll, when you get close to him, he pops that whirling axes, and neither one of these heroes are going to be happy with that because they need to hit to get the tag team shots.
It's all about the BKB timings for Beast Coast. They're going to have an opportunity with 3 of them where maybe you can go win this game, but this time, unlike against Chaos, they're against a tree, they're against a mag. I think it's going to be a lot more difficult for them. I think I'd favor Secret here for sure, like 70-30, but you fall behind, you can definitely still get run over. It just requires one fight that Secret wins to take the game advantage. It takes like 5 or 6 for Beast Coast.
All right, Secret.
I'm okay with Beast Coast here. I think Secret's a better team, but I think Beast Coast have given themselves a decent chance. They've got what they know they're good with in the K1 Hector Abaddon. I think that an interesting choice in Troll, it's good for the lanes, but not necessarily good against the matchup of some of these heroes.
Diffusal timing is going to be rough.
Secret, they're just a better team.
All right, we're going to find out who's going to take the first game of the series. Of course, during the game, don't forget to vote for your MVP of the game. We'll discuss your choices after the... Guys, you can't start
is already getting it, baby.
No, it should be... It's too early. Please.
What about Stinger? Give me some hashtag Stingers.
All right, guys, we'll see you after the game. We're going to leave you in the capable hands of OD Pixel and Fog.
Let's do this!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Team Secret versus Beast Coast here to start day 2 of the Leipzig Major. I'm Pixel here with Fogged, and I'm very excited to see this game go down. Obviously, Secret, they made it through to this point yesterday, beating down Vici Gaming. Beast Coast, they made it here, beating Chaos, arguably, obviously, the easier matchup, but the way that they beat Chaos was very, very exciting, and we're seeing some signs of the similarities here in this draft from them once again. Some Abaddon, some Monkey Kings, and Mars going to be thrown into the mix. Can Beast Coast beat Secret, though? That's the question. Is the K1 carry Abaddon strong enough to take them down?
I'm also excited. Dude, it's also the Schofield Tusk, right? Schofield has been playing super well on a lot of these 4-position heroes, so definitely going to be eyes on him for that. And Secret is switching things up. They don't want to put the Magnus, of course, in a melee matchup versus a Monkey King, so Magnus is the hard carry, and they're, well, in the hard carry position, down bottom, and they have the Troll mid to get that better matchup. That actually should be pretty good for Secret, just getting this type of lane set up.
We'll see, though. I mean, this is really the test for Beast Coast. Yeah, really they looked, winning with the draft that they did yesterday was pretty crazy. If they can win against Secret, it's time to really start boarding the Beast Coast hype train.
Yeah, I mean, I would be really impressed because I like how they kind of matched. Their first 4 picks I was looking at, or their first 3 kind of picks I was looking at, I'm like, Jesus, I don't know how they're going to be able to fight Secret. They actually get the first, okay.
I mean, don't act surprised. Okay. It's Zai giving up first blood. This is all kind of goes to plan for Secret. And wait, hold up, puppy. He's going to be able to throw down the Nature's Grasp, but there we have it. Beast Coast turning up.
The chat knew. They were voting. They were already voting before the game started.
Chat knew? Yeah. I never doubted chat.
But yeah, I like how their first 3 picks something, I felt like they were lacking pretty heavily in team fight. Because I saw Secret's first like 3-4 picks, and they have Puck, Tree, Disruptor, Magnus. 4 of my favorite, I think actually 4 of my actual favorite team fighters currently right now in the patch. So I was like, uh-oh, I don't know how Beast Coast is ever going to be able to fight. They finished up their draft with a Monkey King and a Mars. I think that actually gives them the ability to be able to counteract, fight back. Because you do the, you trap them inside both of the ultis, and it can actually be pretty strong to counteract what Secret does have.
And let's try and get in sort of the mind of K1 Hector. He did this yesterday. Goes the Abaddon, goes this Radiance build. It was amazing. He outcarried Yawaz, Naga Siren. It was that much better. Why? Because there's a lot of heroes, right, where you could say, I'm going to go Safe Lane, I'm going to go Radiance Manta, I'm going to go sort of Alchemist mode. Why does it work well in theory with an Abaddon doing that?
Well, Abaddon there's people that used to do the build, right? We used to see Ice was doing it a lot, even from like the off lane. This was quite some time ago, but it does seem like, oh, CRISOL, gotta be careful here. Trading with a troll is pretty hard at that miss rate. He's looking pretty dead.
I mean, that was really pretty sweet. The mischarge did he wasted out, but Nisha able to indeed use his strength against the Monkey King in that 1v1.
I think Abaddon he has talents that can provide him to be kind of like a carry-esque in a bit, because he does have those. And I mean, he's a pretty good Radiance holder. Your ult is always going to be pretty good too. And I guess he has a slight steroid, right? He has his own way to farm a bit faster with his E. I'm not sure. Hector, I mean, has his own type of style thing for it, so.
No, and it's in terms of sort of if he gets away with sort of the getting the Radiance, getting the Manta, when it comes to him coming up to the fight, there's not really, there's a hero Secret that can very easily deal with an Abaddon. No one's going to sort of get rid of him quickly, is it? I think he can just charge in, can't he? It's
all about like timings, right? I think, I don't know if it was Kyle who said, I'm not sure if he was talking about that actual matchup either, but like Troll Warlord, if he gets Diffusal, let's say, or something like that, a Diffusal versus an Abaddon, you're like this no mana kind of guy, and sure you have Radiance, you can be doing something like that, but a lot of your ability is removed. But it's cool too this game, because he's an Abaddon and he's versus those big ultis that we were talking about. His ult is really nice this game. He can break puck coil, he can use his ult right afterwards and then shield somebody else if they break the coil. He's got a lot of ways to help out his teammates versus these big ults of Secret. What we need to say.
CRISOL, in terms of CS, how we're looking in the mid lane, well. He's still on the edge, yeah. If he even giving up that kill to Nisha, doing a very, very good job of playing the lane.
That's actually pretty surprising. I thought the Troll would do quite a bit better here in the matchup, just because you're always able to get that constant harassment, but...
I feel it's
Oh, he just missed that CS too. Like I saw Nisha miss a couple just now in that laning phase.
Well, I sort of has a guess that I bet, CRISOL, he's probably got many more games playing mid Monkey King than Nisha has playing mid Troll.
Fair enough.
Because I feel like this is a CRISOL speciality, right? I can imagine he's pounded out pub after pub game playing Monkey King. Where sure, Nisha's Troll obviously amazing, but maybe not necessarily in the mid lane every game.
Yeah, he's still got good denies and all that. It's not like he's like falling far behind or anything. I just thought he would be. I thought he'd be like 18 and 6 or something to like the 14 and 2 of the Monkey King or something like that. I thought he'd have just a little bit more of that advantage. Sorry. the orb. Combatant getting great farm, Mars getting great farm, but now CRISOL again. This is the problem. Can't go for the trades versus Nisha, so that's the one thing. I guess Nisha's just playing the lane very aggressively. So he's missing some last hits just to go for the kills. Exactly.
Like
Doesn't backpack those Wraith Pans there though. But okay, gets a regeneration. It's fair enough.
Regeneration.
And I was seeing down bottom, Lelis, he had some great games yesterday.
Yeah, he was
on the Beastmaster and the Bat, both games he was
the MVP for the team. I felt.
You know, apart from the hashtags, well, he was getting the hashtags.
No, Lelis got them.
No, game 2 didn't Schofield get it?
Yeah, but that was the Tusk game where he just popped off and just made. No, did Lelis get? No, Lelis got both. I think the Bat Rider and the Beastmaster.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Maybe Schofield got the first one.
Yeah.
Because Schofield was playing Clockwork, I think, in the second one, and Lelis was playing the Bat Rider, and he absolutely owned the game. So.
But yeah, this guy, his offlane performance it's been great.
Yeah.
And looks to be a hot start. Yeah, 27 for 3. I mean, meanwhile, on the other side of the mountain is Zai down at 14, but that's fine. And again, we saw yesterday that this is sort of how Zai games go. The start, he's going to have the tough lane, he's going to struggle, and then he's just going to do Zai things and win the game alongside the rest of the Secret. So nothing to be worried about for the Secret fans watching. This is a standard, standard start to the day for Zai.
Schofield. He's in some trouble. Man, honestly, that shockwave. Every time I see the shockwave, I'm just like, oh god, why does it pull people? Like, it's so good, that pullback. I remember at first people were like, ah, whatever. But then it's just like, you just see people, you just always get these kills because you just get pulled with the shockwave.
And yeah, do make sure you skill it, because I remember when I didn't. And well, no.
I was not happy with it. I was just a 0-4-4 and a mid Magnus.
Oh, K1. Oh. He's fine, he is down to his last tango though. Does have the phase boots complete, but regen is not there. As Stinger, he's got his back. Heads across, and he's got a salve ready for the boy. So K1 will be healed back up.
Did they double salve him or something?
I heard two salves. I did.
Did I make a mistake? I don't know. I saw another salve though on the Lich, so he has another one on top. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe.
But no, he's not got any left. I think Stinger might have dropped a couple of salves on him.
All right, well, that was today.
Oh, pull back here on Puppey. That point in the fear, taking it as you like to see on the Lich, getting that early point in the Sinister Gaze. It gets you those kills.
Yeah, I'm a fan of it in some of those lanes. Like,
that was sweet. Schofield. I still dodge with the snowball.
Yeah, we see a lot of times like players will just go like the 2-1 or the 1-2. 2 points in your Frost Shield, 2 points in your Frost Blast. But having that Sinister Gaze is actually super useful.
Oh, there's a mid troll on the top lane. Nisha went for a bit of a walk, and he's able to get the kill on Stinger.
And no doubt, no downtime either. He TPs to mid lane, gets the whole wave as well.
So you're reckoning treads defusal from the troll this game?
I think so. It looks like a pretty damn good defusal game.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, what else, right? What, maybe like a Tread Yasha or...
He might just do the stats build as well because he has Magnus. He might just do SNY or something like that because he just gets empowered and then he just gets like that much stronger.
I think Diffusal's got to be.
Diffusal, like, it's also there's Mars too. It's just nice.
And you have it's a carry Magnus, right? It's not Magnus sitting behind you giving you power all the time.
Yeah.
So you want to be able to sort of play your own game, go for your own kills and objectives rather than relying on Matu to allow you to be the heavy farmer. Matu's going to be the one cleaning up the counts most of the time. He should be the one that stays at the top net worth thanks to the speed that the core Magnus can farm at.
Yeah, we should find out soon. He's going to queue up which item it is. Is it going to be the farming item or more of the fighting item, Yasha or the Diffuse? Looks similar to like your PL and your Magnus and stuff like that. Is RP?
Pop the RP for this one, grabbing Lelis, and that's a kill. Secret getting the pick off there. There's a rotation from Chris, doesn't quite make the connection with the Primal Spring, so cannot chase on further. Gets himself straight back to the middle lane.
Oh, a nice item picked up.
Beautiful find.
Great. Treads, Wraith Bands, he's got that. He's gonna have a lot of stats now from that.
And look who he's got on his team.
And he's got a treat. Give it a puppy.
Give it a puppy.
But the stats, it's so nice.
It's puppy. You give it a puppy.
It looks like he's gonna go the Yasha, the SNY build. He did buy a Band of Elven skin. Okay. So that is usually, at least a Yasha. So he's gonna go for the farming booster.
Yasha Diffusal.
Yeah, maybe something just like that. That's fine.
See. Unless he feels the need for a BKB early this game. Maybe Yasha BKB, and then you should say, he's able to still do a lot of the fights at this point in time. And well, he's buying the G. Is he buying them for Puppy?
Maybe. No, but the thing is, he has a slot. I think
until he needs
to just replace the slot.
You're right. He's going to hold on to it for himself. And
two value on.
At least he's going to hold on to it until Puppy realizes there's a GG branch in the game, and he's going to be like, "Excuse me, young boy, give me that treat."
Lich, looking in a world of hurt. Nice job, dancing around the coil.
He's dead.
Yep.
All right, 7 for 2. It's a 3K lead for Secret, really starting to pick up the farm on all fronts as Nisha and Matu do start to lead ahead. Nisha being able to get those kills in that mid lane onto Chris is giving him that advantage. Made it a little harder for Chris to keep up, and obviously, as we said, Matu on the Magnus, you can expect to see him stay at the top. So the catch-up and farm will come when K1 has the Radiance, but that is a long way away at this point of the game.
I'm also just Monkey King is just a really hard hero to play. Actually, just all game versus
incredibly
Troll.
difficult
versus Troll. Like until you have BKB, you can't get your Jingu stacks in fights. It's so difficult. Like you're just never hitting him. There he's got the 2 stacks, but you see he tried to hit like 3 or 4 times there. So there's extra little misses.
They do have the good combo plays though, right? The Arena, Chain Frost, Wukong's Command.
Yeah.
So they will have that sort of play to make, but at the same time, obviously Secret, as you mentioned, you know, they have some phenomenal team fighters themselves.
Yeah. They have really strong heroes and also tanky ones too. Like the tree plus the Mag tree, maybe not that tanky, but Magnus is just so tanky.
Oh, in the river, Schofield.
Look at that pullback shockwave. Oh yeah. Easy. And 10 minutes, there will be a 1-for-1. It looks like here.
They might get the Lich here too.
Yep, Stinger. Walked in front of a Magnus. You know, Magnus just hits you for 200 damage per hit at this point in the game. As a poor squishy support, you die very quickly.
This is just got to hide. His TP's still on cooldown for 20 seconds, so he's going to have to spend a bit of time down here in the trees. Does not want to show himself, that's for sure. Back on the mid, bit of an attempt on Nisha. They're going to get the Wukong's Command out. They've got the strike. They're holding him in the ult, but the living armor's on him. And it doesn't look like they have enough damage. He's turning. Chris Luck actually dies to the Thunder Strike. They cannot kill Nisha. Now Secret, they're ready to move in for more. Jump for Dream Coil and Static Storm down, forcing them back. Secret starting to really step up the pace.
No funky business today by Secret, it's looking like.
And it's looking like, you know, this sort of strat from Beast Coast may have worked against Chaos, but against Secret, that's quite a bit of a difference between the teams.
This troll pick was absolutely genius. He's gonna be able to take over, especially with that tree armor on top. We just saw that. He just stood inside of Wukong's and didn't take almost any damage. Actually trapped him super well inside of it, almost the full duration, and his health was not really moving that quickly.
Yeah.
That is definitely a concern for the later on. Sure, Monkey King's pretty broke right now, but that matchup continues to stay quite troll favored for the majority of the game.
Yeah, it's stepping up now. It's definitely a game on a timer. Beast Coast have got to somehow make sure they get the chance to hold on and get K1 to the point where he has got the Radiance and Manta and can start pushing waves out. But Secret, with the pace they're playing, they're not going to be giving that sort of opportunity to Beast Coast at this rate of play.
Yeah, Beast Coast is just going to start, they're going to start running out of some steam here quickly too, because Secret, they're just looking for fights. And yeah, it's going to be Yasha Diffuser as we kind of expected. Yeah. And man, without your Abaddon joining to fights, they just need Lich 6, I guess. Lich is almost there, I guess. Okay, he's got it now, but...
You know, 2,400. It's just a question, you know, for those who are watching, do you believe in the power of K1 to carry?
It just doesn't feel also like... Like, Lelich doesn't feel as comfortable as well on this Mars. They didn't get the best lane for him. He actually did pretty okay in lane, but in comparison to what I saw from his Bat Rider and the Beastmaster yesterday, like right now already, it's such a quiet game from him. He's not able to actually make plays because the lane setup that he was against versus Magnus, and oh my god, they're already kicking up the pace even more, going for a Roche here 12 minutes.
Yeah, Secret are on track to look to lock this game down sort of before that 25-minute mark. If it continues like this.
They don't want the Aegis.
Definite worries for Beast Coast.
Yep. Zaya has a Blink Dagger now if he chooses to go for it, which he probably will.
Yeah, you know things are not going great when Zaya's top 3 net worth at 13 minutes.
Definitely.
You know, we see Zaya has a good game when he's bottom 3 net worth at 13 minutes. If he's top 3 at 13 minutes, you've basically lost.
Yeah. Schofield again getting caught out. Is that 0 and 5 on Schofield in this game too? He is like the one that usually is the action maker, making things happen. Can't find anything in this game.
Oh,
Lewis.
They're going to get the connection. They're going to balance strike on 3. They're going to try to jump forward with the coil. Zai catches the 3 of them. He's ready to play this morning as there's 3 of them there. Triple kill for Nisha.
Wait, Hector showed up. This is very unlike Hector.
He needs to stick to the plan. Get that relic, get that radiance. It's the only hope. If you could even call it a hope at the moment, because this game getting very, very quickly out of control for Beast Coast.
Yeah. Man. That's devastating. And they still have overgrowth. They still have RP. Right now they're not the most healthy, but they're not having to commit every single one of their ultis in these fights. They're just having to use like 1 or 2. And that's what I was talking about when I saw their 4 heroes. I mentioned like these 4 heroes are like the best team fighters in the patch at the moment. They're so damn strong. Your Puck, your Magnus, your Tree, your Disruptors. They're absolutely ridiculous, and their cooldowns are low. They're not really the longest either. Magnus, sure, is a bit longer, but they can constantly look for these plays. Puppy just is like, all right, you guys do your thing. I'm gonna hit some creeps.
I imagine K1 has pretty much got the relic. So slowly being able to put his build
but will Radiance
get his build together?
Will Radiance change anything that's happening? I do not think it will change much of anything.
It's hard to see it doing that, yeah. It's hard when they're this far behind this early.
Yeah, they're just not able to find much. Lelis, he's getting close to a Blink Dagger, so that's going to be good to be able to set up for the Monkey King and for the Abaddon to be in the midst of everything, but that's not looking great, especially when you're playing into an Aegis too, so early in the game. And now they're just itemizing it. So now Vlad's as well. This is the, if you ult us and we're trapped inside of your Wukong's command, inside your Mars ult, we're just going to hold our ground. Exactly, and we're just going to fight through it. Because they're just that much far ahead. It's 11k net worth lead already. So Vlad's, yeah, hold your ground. Stand inside of that and fight. And a full defusal now too. So timings are insane for Secret.
K1 still per 1,000 gold short of the Radiance.
Dire's bottom tower is under siege. Dire has wisely chosen to
sort of just makes you wonder, you know what? How rough were Chaos yesterday? You know, a Secret are making this strat from Beast Coast look very easily punishable, as they have just, you know, it just seems like there's no chance for Beast Coast to do anything with their lineup. I think this is sort of what you expect from this lineup, but it was just sort of the fact that Beast Coast they owned with this yesterday. But as I said, I think this says a lot about Chaos.
I think also it's like, I think Lelis is playing on a hero that's just much harder to play overall in the patch too. I think he's much more comfortable on his Beastmaster, on his Batrider, the Mars. It's a hero that we don't see too often. I know teams are starting to pick it a bit more now, but it's a tough hero to make work at times. And he's not able to, I mean, they're not able to find anything on anybody at the moment, so. There's no plays to be made. Whole map has pretty much constricted into your base already, and it's like 16 minutes in. Hope is not really there for Beast Coast at the moment.
They're going to have to try something entirely different next game. You cannot do the carry Abaddon against Team Secret.
They saw this, right? Like they saw this was almost, I mean, not exactly the same, obviously. It was like a Clockwork instead of the Tusk, and it was a Batrider instead of the Mars.
It was the same idea.
It was the same concept overall. Yeah, Secret just outdraft that. I mean, like I said, the troll pick for me really was like the ace. After having such good team fight heroes, you're for the best, and then you get a troll versus a Monkey King. It's, yeah, you can't ask for better on Secret.
Well, another death for Schofield, 0-8 and 0.
I think there's gonna be some hashtag Schofields as well, even though it's like I don't know what he can do though. I'm not too sure what he can even. There's nothing to make on the map. They're just trying to make space for the Radiance that isn't gonna change anything. So. They're probably just talking a bit about like what went wrong, the laning thing, maybe they should have switched stuff up or something along those lines, because this is an absolute beatdown by Secret.
Silence, gather round.
K1. Their only hope. Their very, very small hope. Dying and in trouble, or maybe not. Now Leslie's going to come in, drop down the ult, but the Static Storm and Overgrowth's there, and Secret can just stand their ground and fight right through it.
Meanwhile,
4 dead. CRISOL getting forced back to the base as Nisha dives in past the tier 3s and tier 4s.
They're gonna, I mean, it's 26 to 2. It's 16K.
You're just closing this game up now.
They're just talking about like what they're planning for next game for sure. Yeah, like exactly what went wrong.
Honestly, you can't go something like the Caravan against a team of the caliber of Secret. You're going to get punished. Secret's not going to let you win with that.
They can't be so predictable. Like you knew that it was tough what they were going to do with their draft and how they were going to even lane. Like you knew this was going to be the Monkey King mid, and Secret just they played around it. They just toyed with it. And now, any moment now before Beast Coast does end up calling it. But there's I thought they would call GG there for sure, but
we're gonna play on at least until the second Rex falls. Let's see if there is a chance the secret slip up. At least let K1 get his radiance.
I think that's
done.
probably what. Yeah, let him get radiance, have one
then
fight,
call GG.
and then call GG. Yeah.
Get his radiance done.
She's a full AC now on the Magnus as well, on top of everything else that they already have, all their auras.
There we go. Oh, Chris jumps in to clear the way. But they're all there, ready and waiting for him. As the Monkey King will fall once more. Secret just continuing to clean up anybody that steps out on the map. 27-2 at this 20k lead. 21k lead actually, now exceeding the 1k minute.
Oh man, and the bounties and outposts are coming up, so okay.
Yeah. It's a rough morning for Beast Coast, but you know, they're a team that can pick themselves up. Yeah, it's only game one of the best of 3.
Back to the drawing board. Hey, they're right. He's already. Lelis is saying sorry. They're right now. Like things are not going our favor this game.
And there it is.
They got it done.
Let's see. Radiance online, boys. Let's go.
It's obviously gonna do nothing, but I still want to see them at least try to fight with it. Here we go.
He's in. The carry has arrived. And here we have the arena. It's dropped down onto the 2 of them. He managed to spear back Nisha. They'll look towards the troll. Balance Strikers wanted the chain force out to pull him in, but he got the ult on the side. RP's there on the 3 of them. Nisha starts to beat them all to pieces. As Chris Luck's dead, no buyback on the Monkey King. They've lost K1, Schofield, Lelis. Everybody's dead. GG is called 32-2. The memers in chat will be happy this morning as this game is done and dusted. Secret will take game 1. And yeah, Beast Coast. It was great yesterday against Chaos. It was not great today against Secret.
Yeah, I think they were just, it was too predictable, and I honestly think Secret got like 4 of these 4 heroes. Just the first 4 heroes for me were already kind of, I was already kind of locking a super difficult game for Beast Coast when I saw those. Then I see the troll, and the matchup is like impossible for poor Monkey King. So
yeah, not really too much to be said about that one. As you know, we know the Beast Coast can do better.
Yeah. They know they can too, of course. We've seen them do infinitely better versus Secret as well before.
Absolutely.
So.
And it's also, there's a meta right now that's a lot about sustain. So tons of the heroes that Axe will be facing, he kind of can't really kill if there's any of those saves on the enemy team. So, for example, OD, right? Let's say you play Axe into OD, and the meta for OD is to buy Axe as first item. You're playing against 2 Astrals. If you don't duel OD, and if OD even has a teammate that saves on top of it, how do you start a fight? Fata on Ollie action top. Fata actually has a sentry.
Very angry that they took his tree.
They could have killed him, I think, if Fata sentried that and Limp blinked in, but they didn't want to.
They've made a beeline for Radiant.
That was a great Aegis pickup though by Alliance. Good call to go Roche. Obviously taking huge advantage of Manta on Spectre. That's another part of this item on the hero. It actually becomes a Roche killer. That pure damage is really significant for a Roche kill. Haunt.
Nope. We're gonna get a haunt here.
From that.
Glimpse. BKB is gonna be cancelled, so LC should be fine. He's actually gonna TP out to safety right now as the Skywrath Mage ult is being used, but he does die shortly after. Or Sneeko Baby did take heavy damage as a result. Another thing to keep in mind, not only do you get the Aegis yourself, you take it away from the best Aegis carry in the entire game in the Storm Spirit. So talk about like stopping the snowball of a hero, because they don't really have that many stuns to speak of, and that's one way to do it.
For sure.
He's going for Lincoln's.
Yeah, Dragon Knight stun, Glimpse. I play that dangerous if you play it well as Storm, but the Dragon Knight stun is concerning for him. Well, he's got a cover for it now. Dragon Knight will be building toward an Orchid, so once he has that, he can break the Lincolns and then stun, or stun and then Orchid, whichever he thinks is more valuable. Orchid obviously lasts that bit longer than stun.
This is interesting. So I assume at some point he's going to turn this into a Bloodthorn, but I mean,
yeah, for sure.
Maybe, I don't know if you do that right away. Is that something you do right away? Lacking some damage with DK right now. They're going to run right into him. That is the level 3 Dragon form being popped. BKB by Fly. They're going to take out the Disruptor immediately. That's a dual victory as well. Skywrath Mage ult used as well. Venomancer dies. It's a buyback onto the Disruptor right now. He's going to have to get back into this fight. As Kaka saved for now thanks to the Overgrowth, but dies shortly after. You're seeing the Meteor Hammer used to full effect as well from Ollie, who has not died in this fight. This is actually very shocking for him considering how many times he's died this game. JT dies as a result of that though. And finally, as I speak praise of Ollie, he will die finally for the 6th match game.
So IG thought they had a chance at this fight. It was on top of their own shrine, right? So you have your own active shrine, and you get the jump. But JT dueled a guy who was already dead. He dueled a 10% HP Disruptor, and then they didn't
he
have.
bought back anyway.
Then they didn't have duel for the rest of the fight. I think that was kind of costly. Either you duel as the starter of the fight like that, so you get the kill and other people don't have to commit cooldowns, or you don't duel the guy who's already dead. But this way, it's kind of the worst thing that can happen, where the fight develops, Spectre gets a flank play, gets in on top of the Skywrath. You're just seeing how miserable it is to play Skywrath. This is a very good illustration of what it's like playing against Lycan as well. The fight starts, you cast your spells, you die. And it will happen all the time. Kaka's buying a Force Staff, it's not going to save him. I feel like maybe the best item he could buy is honestly Ghost Scepter, just so that when Spectre haunts him, he can Ghost Scepter and TP. Or, you know, reset his position a little bit by TPing to the nearest tower or shrine at the fight. But obviously, Force Staff is really appealing because it's useful for teammates as well. But yeah.
I feel like LC is such an interesting concept, right? Because at first glance, it just feels like it's all about his duel. His top lane, we're going to see initiation from Limp, and Spectre comes in as well into the Static Storm. A very, very easy kill. Of course, a bunch of ults were expended.
Totally out of
actually,
position.
we're going to have more action here as Nico Baby uses his jaunt. Actually, what is that actually called?
Reality?
Oh, that's called Reality? Yeah. That's terrible. He jaunts back to his Haunt Illusion.
You think Reality is terrible? I think that's a really good name for that spell.
He Reality's back?
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Really? He Reality's back? Okay. I'll do it for you, Sinrin.
I would think about how it works, right? Like, you make these ghosts that follow the enemy and that are fake, but they don't, they get, like, attacked by these fake ghosts, and then suddenly one of them is real. I think that's a good name. I've never disliked that spell name, personally.
You also think Onion is a good name for a dog, but Venomancer gets initiated on and will die in the blink of an eye. TP.
It's not Onion, it's Loy, it's something else.
Dragon Tail. Skywrath Mage is traded. That's another death for him.
And
Dragon is now complete.
The steam has kind of gone out of IG's lineup a little bit. Losing that Aegis was really costly, because they've not really been able to take these fights, and it has secured Nico Baby a level 20 now, which is the 500 health talent. A huge boost to Spectre's overall game impact. It's one of the best level 20s in the game, in my opinion, because the health translates to damage. He even got a Mind Breaker now, so now he can fuck Skywrath even harder. I didn't think that was possible. Just jump him Reality and then, hit him once and he's dead. Now he can't even respond, actually.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough. Well, Limp has a Halberd as well, by the way. We've been seeing that as a very common pickup on pretty much at least one hero every single game. Where I feel like a year ago that was not the case. Status resistance is really good. The fact that you can get the amplified regen as well, which on Dragon Knight alone is amazing. Is it going to be a Spirit Vessel picked up by anybody on the enemy team? Doesn't look like it. Are you surprised by that at all? I mean, he does have BKB, I guess, but
yeah. I don't know. Spirit Vessel just seems. I think it's an item in games where you get it really early. Like you get it to counter Morphling as Kunkka or whatever. You know, the classic. hero catches Morph and vessels him and then he dies. But if you buy it in the mid game, there's BKBs, somebody's gonna buy a Lotus Orb, and it kind of just becomes this dead slot almost that could have been something else, right? You could have had a Force Staff, or you could have had Glimmer, or you could have had your own BKB almost, right? I mean, it's a decently expensive item. It's 3,000 gold. And the stats on it are really bad if it gets purged.
Over here! I mean, earn early is very valuable.
Sure, yeah. If you have a hero that wants to buy the early earn, it can be fine. But yeah, in this game they don't really. So I think Meteor Hammer is way more impactful. Oh, he is toast.
And yeah, Brewmaster is mega dead. So that is now 66 dual damage victory.
Oh, Vata too.
As Vata is getting jumped now, but here comes the counter jump from Limp. Buyback onto the Brewmaster. Remember, he still has his Primal Split available. Vata's gonna be the first to die in this engagement. BKB's pop galore. Spectre trying to go on top of Fly. He gets the bash with the newly picked up Basher. Very nicely done. Very good skill plays. Drow Ranger does die. 75 seconds on the deck. Ollie soon to follow. And with this, the tier 2 tower, if not more, can be taken out. You have Dragon Knight, you have the Primal Split, and Spectre is full HP.
Yeah, and you still need to be careful as Storm here with cutting this wave, because if you get caught by, it's a pretty high skill play that Alliance have to make. They have to hit 2 spells at once, like Thunderstrike Yule or Thunderstrike Dragon Knight stun onto him. So yeah, actually
end up not getting much, just the tier 2.
I'm a bit surprised they didn't do a little bit of chip damage to the tier 3 with their dragon form, but they played safe.
They do have Tree though, right? So maybe that's why.
True, yeah. It takes a while to heal these towers up, but if you don't see the perspective in going there again within the next few minutes, then yeah, then it would have been a waste of time. And there was a lot of farm on the map too. Always look at the big picture here for Alliance. There's like 2 full waves bottom for Nico and a 3rd one coming in. If they push these lanes out in time, they're in a much better position to contest Roshan. So I actually think that was a good call to back off, all things considered.
Nico Baby, like we said, Manta, Diffusal, Basher. We'll be going for the Abyssal Blade. No big surprise because of the lack of stuns. I was watching this pregame. I was going to assume it's a 3rd, maybe 4th item for him. Pretty much a necessity at this point. Smoke onto IG. And JT looking for a little bit more dual damage. They're going to find Limp. Is that even something to go for? He pops his Dragon Form and dies right away. Oh boy. No buyback to speak of course. Actually, he just buys back now. He must have gotten the gold passively. Drow Ranger doing as much damage as she can. Overgrowth is going to keep her safe. Nico Baby very, very low. Being chased by Amo. And there, with the finishing touch, is the Treant Protector with the beautiful Meteor Hammer. And the chase continues at the buyback into the Haunt. Fly taking a lot of damage as a result of this Haunt. Will be going down eventually to Limp. Yes. A little bit premature perhaps from Nico Baby to reality, but they do find the kill, and it ends up being actually a wipe other than the Storm Spirit. Did cost heavy buybacks, but they will get Rosh as a result.
This is only worth it for Alliance because Roshan is up. Losing those 2 key buybacks if Rosh was not available would have been a really big problem in the coming fight, because what IG could have done then is show up at the Rosh fight, start it, commit to getting kills, and then buyback, and I'll overwhelm them with numbers. But Alliance with a good choice here to take this fight. It looked pretty grim. Like you said, Dragon Knight wasted his dragon form when he got jumped. Instead of pressing BKB, he dragon formed. The Spectre died first in the fight as well, which can be a good thing if you set up a fight this way with Haunt. But yeah, it was scary, but it worked out in the end.
Well, they have one of the worst buyback heroes in the game in Dragon Knight, and one of the best in Spectre, so maybe it evens out.
Well, Dragon Knight's buyback is pretty good if he dies without using Dragon Form.
Sure.
But, which should have actually been the case. That could have been even better for Alliance, but...
Well, do you typically pop your Dragon Form first and then BK?
Oh, Handskin? He has a Yule.
You sound very excited about this Disruptor kill, Syndra.
I'm very excited about the potential.
Very low on mana, though. Gonna get the Dragon Tail off. Ollie is here with the Overgrowth. Doesn't need to expend it, though. Alliance playing it passive.
If there was any way Spectre connected to that, that was a dead storm. And that would have been huge. Ends up being just a disruptor kill. It cost Emo his 8-second BKB charge, so now he's down to 7. And every second on this matters a lot, because obviously later on you're going to be facing the problem of when your BKB expires, you can get caught by Dragon Tail, you can get caught by Yule's into Static Storm combo.
It's mine.
But man, he is stacked on this Storm. It's no joke.
Yep.
He's level 25 with now Orchid closing in on the Bloodthorn. He's so farmed, actually. How's that even possible? Well, he does have 400 CS, and the next player in the game has 300, so that'll help.
So you have 1 stun on the enemy team if you don't count the the primal split.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it was a great Storm pick, no doubt about it. Yeah, but he's going to run into more problems now that Spectre has Abyssal Blade. It's one of the Storm hard counters.
I feel like the hard counter from almost every turn in the game. Fata getting jumped right off the bat. Limp is here as well as Nico Baby. And they're going to find Ollie. The typical kill for them.
Also Haunt.
True.
This could be an opening for IG. As soon as the Treant spawns, they have a minute where Drow doesn't, or where Spectre doesn't have her power play, and that really helps Drow in this fight. He's getting messed with by the Spectre every single fight. But without Haunt, then you can buy yourself those extra 5 seconds where you can use your BKB for something meaningful. Now another item that can help is the Hurricane Pike. Create some distance.
And now that Storm also has an Arcane Rune bottled, that's going to be perfect timing for them. Oh, Haunt is down, of course. Still has Aegis, though, of course. Nico Baby is going towards a Scotty right now.
Yep. More stats,
and Limp
more slow.
Finishes an Eon Disc, actually. Is the jump in from Limp, BKB, Dragon Form. Not able to find anything. We'll just have to fly away in shame.
That's not how you make that kill. You have to break the Linkins with Glimpse so Dragon Knight can Blink Stun. If you try to Dragon Knight stun into Blink Yule and then Static Storm, he'll just BKB and jump away. Once you have the Ags on Disruptor, this balance changes, of course, but for now, I just think a bit of miscommunication. Like, that was just mistiming. They definitely wanted the Glimpse first to break the Lincoln. But... Or Limp messed up with his own Halberd. That might have also been the case. He can break it himself.
I mean, that takes some time, though, right? And we talked about the stun being a projectile, so definitely some time to actually get away. Disruptor, like we talked about, the Philosopher's Stone, really going to full effect here, Synderin.
Oh,
going towards that Axe, halfway there, essentially. Stay alive for about 20 more minutes, and he'll find it.
He'll get some CS, I'm sure, somewhere along the way.
Fata has that Craggy Coat equipped.
This is a big moment, the Bloodthorn on Storm. He has so much damage. They broke. And it's in vision of these Plague Wards.
Oh, they're going to go towards Nico Baby. He's already at half HP, and really all the damage is being done to the Tree and Protector, who just buys back into the game. Nico Baby extremely low. Is there enough vision to actually take him? Nope. He will live. Of course, he still has that Aegis, so it wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world anyway. Primal Split was expended.
Yeah. But Haunt wasn't.
Dragon Form's still up. Yeah.
If Nico gets back to base and gets resources, he's completely ready to go. This is the worst possible scenario for that smoke, by the way, for IG. They get spotted by Plague Wards, they don't see anybody, and then when they finally see someone, it's the Spectre with Aegis, and they just jump for it, and it's a useless kill. If they would have committed on this fully, they would have lost the fight and maybe even the game off that move. So at least they cut their losses. Only lost Treant, got out. And now the Aegis has actually expired. So next time this happens, this Spectre is toast. Like, he could have died very fast there if they wanted to. Yeah, it's very clear that they have the damage.
Is what you're saying, right?
What's that?
They didn't fully commit because of the Aegis.
Right. I think they didn't duel him, right? I'm pretty sure they didn't. He would have died.
Was not used at all.
Yeah. Aw, Kaka. Well, he has a Glimmer now. But Nico has a duck. Actually gonna Haunt for that.
Haunt is actually used. Firefly has to pop the BKB. Gust not able to save Ollie, as that is now the 11th for him. And the Root Bash, I'm sure, started that with that BKB Pierce. Drow Ranger drops to the deck. Storm Spirit finally comes in, looking for a potential side kill here. And he's just going to be going for the waves, most likely.
Yeah, but Alliance have one in mid, and they have Glyph. So this is either a lane of barracks or 2 buybacks. So what's it gonna be?
It seems apparent that Radiant has chosen to spring.
Well, they won't have
Bush
Treant
years?
Protector if they do buyback, so best case scenario it's a 5v4.
Middle tower is under attack.
This is defendable
Dragon
with
Form
4 heroes.
is running out, and he doesn't feel like a real hero if that's down.
Dire's middle tower is
I think cutting the lane is the better choice, but the problem is if you're also going to lose top, you would have probably wanted to buy back anyway. But okay, Alliance are going to back off.
And it's outpost time as well. They've been trading this whole game, essentially, which is surprising. Then you have a Storm Spirit.
Oh, Emo might find a kill here. No, it's Limp coming in.
Yeah, that's a hard one. Looks like Emo is going towards a Shiva's right now. I know this isn't the most normal item on Storm, but would you ever consider a nullifier in addition to the Bloodborne?
Yeah.
Prevent like BKBs from Dragon Knight?
For sure, absolutely. I think it's... There's a lot of merit in buying that.
Dire team ban.
East Coast even plays Disruptor, but yeah.
I think it's more like the combination. I like that support
Radiant
opener.
team
To your point,
ban.
Cap, earlier about why don't you just first pick Disruptor. It works a lot better, I think, when you get that 5 position. There's very specific ones. Specifically, Tree is excellent because you provide vision to set up glimpses. You're really tanky, and you've got AoE control, which is all things Disruptor loves to have with him. It's not something I feel you want to overall 1P. Is that an Abaddon ban?
Yeah, it is. Dude, there's...
Yeah.
That means because Secret last
10
game banned
seconds
the
remaining.
Evo and the Doom, which means they're both still in it. Obviously,
They
we
also
said
banned the TA.
Lich as well is still out there.
there's a lot more heroes. Yeah,
Yeah.
TA, Chris Luck's got his heroes. The Mag obviously still in it, which could be first pick. It was second
Omni-Knight.
pick. Yeah.
Dire team
Let me just say, I love watching
Same
Dota in
man.
these winter's months. You know, where it's like, it's cold outside. You get to just be able to sit inside, wrap up in a warm blanket. You got a steaming mug,
Patience,
maybe a
while
nice
the
hot
Radiant
cup of Rich Campbell's soup, you know? Just tastes good. It's a good way to watch
Okay,
Dota.
how much did he beg you to say his name?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, how many
I'm talking about
messages?
soup.
I'm
Yeah.
sure you...
Chunky
A
chicken
very
noodles, one of my
rich,
favorites.
Chunky
Well, you do
Campbell's
that.
soup.
I'm going to crack open a Monster and, you know, I'm
Chug
going to
it.
enjoy it.
Wait,
Oh, boy.
10 seconds remaining.
Don't chug it.
I don't think we're...
Doom. I can't believe you gave
5
away
seconds remaining.
Doom. But, you know.
Students, I know they play IO, but I've never really been impressed with the Schofield or Stinger IO because I've seen them both try to play, and I think that's the thing now. They get the Doom, and they probably know if Beast Coast does pick it, they're already on the back foot, like legitimately.
And you're confident. I love Doom against Wisp because you just Doom the guy he's tethered to. And sure, you could always reload out, but the idea is Wisp plays with one hero, you Doom that hero, and you remove 2 effectively from the game.
We saw last time when Doom was first picked, you just can't give up Grim Doom because then you have a pretty good support who just pairs so well with Doom. Just so
it starts
well.
Grim,
hopefully
and
means-
then it's Doom.
Hopefully it means you're going to get a hero that runs at Doom in the laning phase. I think
Who
some
do
of
you
the
like?
better heroes are like Lifestealer.
I like
10
The
seconds
Rock.
remaining.
He's not afraid of anything.
5 seconds remaining.
I do like Tiny. What happened to Tiny? Why haven't we seen him at all? Did he? I didn't think he got nerfed that hard. I know, like, Limp's still playing, but we didn't see him at all yesterday. Not
You know
really.
what sucks is just like a lot of heroes that are good versus like Doom's. He was overpowered. He got slight nerf. He probably is still overpowered. But like also a lot of the heroes that are good versus Doom just aren't in the meta. Like in Chaos Knight, like those kind of heroes that have the sustain in lane to deal with his damage over time from Scorched Earth and can dish out a lot of physical damage to abuse his low armor.
They are taking a lot. They're like Grimstroke easy. Now I got to think about this.
I think you're probably thinking about taking Lelis' hero because you saw Beast Clock get banned out. You might be thinking Beastmaster here. Bat Rider also excellent with the Grimstroke.
Puck? Okay. So an open pick for the most part.
Just very already kind of squishy. And I see a Doom. I think, okay, you're not afraid of these 2 heroes at all once you pick up just like phase drums.
No.
So. Now, Secret still could get the Wisp themselves. Don't expect it.
10
but
seconds
it's always a
remaining.
possibility. Lich is also in the pool.
Still, yeah.
Yeah.
5 seconds
Most
remaining.
picked hero, of course, on day 1.
I like Lich. That's such a good
You like
hero.
Lich?
I love Lich.
That's more like it.
I love it. Do you guys ever miss? I mean, Kyle, you played support. Do you ever miss the deny on Lich, or do you like the new one? How it is?
I hate it. That was the stupid. That was one of the dumber mechanics to ever exist. I remember because it was a meta. There was a meta in Han as well, and then it actually was in Dota for a bit. Of off lanes, you had to have a deny mechanic or a creep blocking mechanic to have an off lane. Yeah. And then that stopped, and it was okay, guys. We're pulling every creep wave. Whereas now we have like this weird gentleman's agreement where everyone just dual lanes. That will end eventually.
I don't think that's a gentleman's agreement at all. I think that's just the way the style Dota developed.
Yeah, but there are some games tri-laning would be really good.
Well, we are still seeing some teams tri-laning.
10 seconds remaining.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Aggressive tri-laning.
It's like
mostly.
It's 1 out of like 25 though. It used to
really
be
isn't as
every other.
It's not as much for sure.
And there's the Rubik, the 17% win rate. But if you're gonna give it to somebody, so it's a pretty good guy to give it to.
I mean, it's like it's a great situation, right? Because you have some pretty good spells to steal. You're never sad about any of pucks. If you get Stroke of Fate off a Grim Stroke, you're a god. And then you pair up really well with your offlaner. Like, great. Like any sort of Rubik, Centaur, Rubik, Doom, any of those like tanky heroes that wants to get on top of you, Telekinesis is such a great setup for it.
And you talked about Lifestealer being good. They just ban it out instantly. They know they don't want to play against it with that Doom.
They actually banned Lifestealer. I was going to say, I think you have to have Lifestealer in. I don't know what safe lane hero does that lane. The Fade Bolt plus Scorched Earth, that is such a powerful lane.
They just won't stop going forward at you. Good luck.
It's a lot of damage that's just kind of running at you.
You could, I mean, this hero is just terrible now, but you could pick like a Jug in the past. It was like your Lifestealer replacement, but now I'm pretty sure you just get hit in the face.
How about you just put Lila Spy's lonesome? All alone, it's like, good luck. You know, if you don't get anything, we'll be fine. Then put an aggressive tri-lane out.
That could work. I wouldn't mind it.
That's how it works.
There goes the Lich.
It's the Lich ban.
It's another really good anti-Beast Coast hero in concept. Like, oh, we want to fight. In time, you're going to get Lich ulted.
Good luck,
The guy you're targeting gets shielded. It's just sad days. Also, we got some really good games going on behind us. Sorry if I get distracted.
It's okay, Kyle.
IG pushing for the win, it looks like, up against Alliance with a 10k lead.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, we still have Fnatic and Nigma fighting as well. And actually, I was told that Nigma would win this late game and that they were on the cusp of making a comeback, but they still haven't.
They will. They'll win that game. PL eventually just kind of destroys DOTA.
It's like once you get the level 25 talent, it's a really good for Phantom Lancer against DOTA, right?
Well, if I'm honest, I think Fnatic is already doing a lot better than what I was expecting anyway, regardless.
Although,
if they don't win it.
And the itemization on DOTA there is actually perfect against PL. Like the a Butterfly, Mjolnir, Manta, Daedalus. Like you don't go Scotty, you don't really buy mana items. And in that case, actually, you might favor these because you just do too much damage. But that's not relevant. You've got to draft.
Dream League 2. Dream League 3, Dream League 4. So there's a lot of Dota going on right now. And I challenge you to watch all of it at once.
We'll be testing you.
Yes, testing your knowledge. But you can also, better yet, you can stay here where you will see all of it a little bit, mostly Group B.
Lone Druid banned again.
10 seconds remaining.
As you said, it's like a perfect Matome Man hero against the play style of a team like Secret. Even though, oh man, I know like Schofield was the player we were supposed to watch this series, but man, he had maybe the worst. It's hard to say worst game of his career, but when you start 0-5-0 on a hero that you're like considered one of the best at,
they were all getting crushed. Of course he's gonna die. He's the guy trying to make plays. And
there's the rock man.
Tiny airlines toss people out of the coil. Double toss on the Grimstroke ulti.
And that's
toss with the
hero.
The coil,
the Inkswell as well.
They got a lot of combination. They want to run it. I like it. It looks like both teams, honestly, at this point, Secret's kind of playing at least these 2 years Beast Coast style, where they do want to kind of push the tempo too.
They left Mag in the pool again, which I'm a bit concerned about.
5 seconds remaining.
I think that hero's just crazy. The fact you don't even need, I mean, they have a melee in Doom, but the fact that he can just buff himself and be completely happy farming and doing stuff like, I don't know, that hero. Yeah, definitely something.
It's always been like different heroes, different styles. Like I've been able to do this throughout history, but anything that can easily farm creeps or creep waves and be durable and possibly just walk over and participate in a kill. Like they're always going to be good because they're always effective on map. Yeah, oftentimes they're just better at what they're doing than other heroes. So if you don't fight them, they're getting ahead. If you are fighting them, he's got 2,000 HP at 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like something to reset for a Secret if possible, because they do have like this nice combination of catch and run at you. What are like I think 5s that can do that are like Winter Wyvern.
Yes, we're all hyped about OD. He's still in the pool this time around.
It's a tough OD game. It gets multiple silences.
But you can reset.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's a good reset versus Puck, and I don't think you like it against Doom either.
I can see a 4th pick Naga as an example, but I don't like OD.
Yeah.
It's just not as much synergy with a Doom as well. You want something that's more like aura based, like that prefers shorter duration engagements. OD's all about the drawn out fight.
They're using all of their time. I see a Winter Wyvern too, like Cap said.
Some sort of
kind of
I could see like I want an Oracle.
Dude,
Earth Spirit. Earth Spirit.
Dang, okay. Lane, I mean, maybe they're just going into I honestly feel like after watching the first game and now these first 3 picks, they're just going into the game like, wait, Beast Coast only wins if they win their lanes. Yeah. And now you have like Doom Rubik, as you said, they're not beating that lane, I don't think. And then you have a Bane +1. Bane might still be the best 5 laner in the game, even though you don't see him that much. That's the one thing he does very well is lane, and those are already scary lanes on Secret.
Yep. Now you see a little global mobility. The Secret lineup, like as you said, strong lanes, but they need their cores now to be able to play with pace. I like that from Rollis. We saw him play that yesterday. I think Beastmaster is the hero Beast Coast play best around because it provides like their drafts often are limited in tools. They just outplay people, but Beastmaster actually gives them like a BKB piercing disable, specifically the vision, because this team with vision will find kills far easier, and it also provides tower pressure. It's actually a hero I'm surprised you don't see more often.
It really does check almost every box you really have. Yeah, why is that? You're an offlaner, right? Like, why do you think Beastmaster isn't picked that often?
I think it's still like a hero that if you lose your laning phase, it's hard to have an impact in the game. You are such a static hero.
Yeah.
So first of all, a lot of offlaners just don't like that style, right? They're like certain play styles that people like to have. Lelis is more of a farming style offlaner for the most part, right? But like other offlaners, they just don't want to be that.
They don't want to just be stuck there. They want to go do stuff.
Yeah.
Your face on that Morphling pick, Cap.
I don't know. Is it good?
5 seconds remaining.
It's solid. I think it's multi-lane, which is nice. You already have a very good lane partner in the Bane, and it absolutely destroys Beastmaster. Like, this is the worst hero to play against because your axes deal physical damage. You can't close gaps. He can waveform, kill your boars. You end up just feeding hard if you die once. And then there's no method of getting back into the game. And you also don't really kill the Morph until the Necro 3 comes online.
Oh, the Nisha Matumba Man combo, right? Because Nisha, when he was known for playing that Morphling, but doesn't...
10 seconds
how well...
remaining.
Morph doesn't do good versus Tiny at all, right? Or...
In what, laning
like
phase?
middle, yeah, if it is a Tiny versus Morph, right?
Oh, you just wouldn't put it mid. You just put it against... Like, you already
That's
now...
what I mean. I was just...
You have a one lane, right? Your Bane Morph top. You're going to win that lane. Yep, Kunkka's going to go mid. Pretty versatile. There's no matchup he really gets dumpstered by.
Yeah, they didn't have like they didn't have the most catch in the world.
Yep.
Right, and so Kunkka really solves that issue. You have this Doom, which you're looking to win team fights off of. You have this nice hard carry in Morphling who can chase and stuff. I'm a little bit concerned about Morphling just being bursted down by like they have the control of both two silences from Puck and Grimstroke. You have a lot of burst damage that comes in. You have the Soul Bind that limits your mobility as well. But the Kunkka does solve those issues a lot.
You also, I don't know how Beast Coast get, like, by the time you're able to kill Morph's going to be too tanky because it's going to win the lane.
Dude, I would love...
Oh, it's a K1 Hector Tiny. I mean, we've been seeing Right Alliance runs it a lot, so it's not like it's new, but okay.
That might be enough.
Okay.
That might be enough. They needed a game winner. They needed something that could actually just take over the map. You now have multiple tools of providing vision, and specifically something that can actually like hit that timing, get towers, get Roche, and threaten Secret's high ground by 20-25 minutes.
That's a lot of burst damage for Morphling to deal with. Now you have the physical burst of a Templar Assassin as well. Takes advantage of your high strength.
Yeah. It's not the Morph I'm worried about now. It's the supports of Secret. Because there's not enough front line. If you just get blinked on, you're dying.
Who you taking, Kyle?
Secret's been playing, but I actually like Beast Coast. I think they got this. They're going to recover.
I'll go with Beast Coast as well.
I'll go Secret. I think it's like a 90-10 as well. I really do. Like, I mean, unless this Tiny does something crazy, I think they're going to get steamrolled again.
All right, well, at least, I mean, other than the Grants thing, they have a better draft this time around. Beast Coast does.
They think so. I don't. For them it is, I guess.
For them it is.
For them it is.
Okay, we're going to find out if that is indeed the case. And if we're going to see Game 3 or not, let's head over to OD Pixel and Fogged.
So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Beast Coast versus Secret Game 2. Let's see if Beast Coast can have a bit of a better shot this time round. And look at the drafts. What do you reckon, Fog? We hope for Grant. Grant still very much feeling that this is a very one-sided affair for Secret. Do you agree, or do you sort of see something that Beast Coast could get going this time round?
Ooh.
Because it's the carry Tiny. Not everybody's doing this. Some people are, but not everybody.
I feel like their playmaking is extremely limited. Like in the laning phase, they have a Grimstroke and a Puck, and they both started boots. I see on this here. So their stuns, it's Grimstroke can make some plays, but it's a boots on the Puck as well, which is a little bit weird. Thought he wanted to get more damage so he can pressure that Morphling. But yeah, I mean, I'm seeing like, I thought the Tiny would be support, then they can actually make, I'm like, I don't know how they make plays actually. Like every one of their heroes is like really static. It looks pretty tough for me, at least for Beast Coast, at least in the laning phase. Like, once they hit 6s, they can start to make plays, of course, but like the first few levels, I'm feeling like it's pretty limited for them. While I look at Secrets, I feel like their lanes are strong. They have good ways to be able to put pressure on as well. Just the Rubik Fade bolting, Doom just popping the Scorched Earth.
Now, well, we did, of course, just see Secret get very far ahead very early on last game, so that lack of the strength in the lanes could certainly be abused once again here by them. We'll see what the plan is from Beast Coast. Already Yapzor chasing Stinger away from this lane. Both of them with the boots.
And they secure that he's able to pull the bottom wave as well on the Doom. So that one's going to go well for Secret. K1 should be able to farm their tower here pretty decent too. And we'll see if they can actually pressure the Morphling. That's the biggest thing. Can the Puck with the boots actually slow down Matamba Man's farm?
His mid lane should be pretty even though, right? Kunkka versus Tia.
Yeah, I think we've seen that one quite a lot.
Standard stuff, both going to be able to push out the wave, and both of them are going to be able to farm neutrals.
Yeah, first few levels, Kunkka, I think, for me, quite an advantage. But then you hit like level 3, you get some side blades, you're good to go. Puppy. Easily able to get that Kerr, and they easily kill the boar. I believe it was Kyle or whoever else was mentioning on the panel. Bane, still a super strong laning hero. If anything, like it's just different too now, like with the way the brain sap works, since it's not pure. It's magic damage now as well. I don't know, it feels a little stronger to me. Feels pretty nice.
Oh, we'll be able to stop Schofield from getting the majority of that wave as well. Only able to grab the one creep with Puppy aggroing them over towards the neutral cap.
Yeah. That means Morph is going to get really good farm, and in the first few levels it can be a little hard, but then once you get a couple levels versus Beastmaster, Kyle was saying, like, you can actually just do fine. Like, Beastmaster just can't hurt you too much. As long as you don't fall behind that laning phase, you get your levels up, you'll be fine, and he's already starting to.
And then what, do you leave him alone as the Bane? Do you look for like a gank mid? No, you still hang around?
Yeah, hang around until he's got, like, I think at least until like level 5 personally. I think like the early levels are a little bit weak for the Morph, but he's your win condition, right? So you don't want him to get slowed down at all.
For my time.
There we go. Schofield, he does get the car out, and he gets the trip back to base. There's no one around, so yeah, he'll take that. Support Puck doing his job.
Kill the Wraith Band is the recipe from Matamba Man as well, which will hurt him a bit inside the lane for the next minute or so.
No, some a little bit. Yep. I mean, it is, it's not like the Puck was able to do much actually near the lane, so Schofield just trying to do what he can.
Maybe that's why he got boots. He's just a courier sniper. It's going to be very under-leveled, though. And this is your 4 position on the Puck. Level 1, still nearly at the 3-minute mark. Level 2 just hit by the Grim, and he's been forced out. K1 is still farming good, though.
Yeah, it's top CS at the moment by pretty much a full wave. That's the Tiny, but a lot of pressure on him to sort of be that playmaker in terms of getting those early items that allow him to make moves on the map as a Tiny. Yeah. And being that carry here, he's got to make sure they end up being successful, as catch-up game won't be great.
No, and the thing is, like, I feel like it's going to be a lot on Lelis in this game to be the one that's setting the tempo, setting the pace for his team, because I look at Tiny and I look at TA, and what do these heroes like to do? They like to hit jungle creeps a lot, and they like to do it for quite a long time, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on the side of Beast Coast to try to make plays with a very weird draft to do so, like Puck, Grimstroke, Beastmaster. These 3 heroes are want to be the ones that are ganking for a Tiny TA.
Well, that's because Beastmaster doesn't really want to be going around the map. He wants to be sitting in his lane and pushing down towers. So it all does feel a little awkward from Beast Coast, but maybe we'll see.
They made it work yesterday, especially when they had a little bit of an awkward draft. The way that they can put the pressure on, but it's like we said, so versus a team like Secret, so it makes it quite a lot different. We see Zai this game. You see most Dooms, they go to like the 2-4-0 build. He's versus a strength, literally high strength gain heroes in lane, so percent base damage. Always
Does it
he
again?
gets it again.
Again, Schofield.
He's actually just playing the courier kill game. That's why he went boots.
He just his life for the courier.
Okay, Lelis. Got the strength morph off.
Yeah, they'll be able to keep. Let's say. Matu.
Whoa. They're turning.
Oh no, Schofield. Now this time he did die and he didn't get a courier and he did give first blood away.
And I think he's still like level 1 or something.
Bottom lane, maybe they can get Yabsaw here. Yabsaw juking and diving around. K1's falling low. Go get the kill. K1 as well. He'll walk it off. Avalanche holds back Zai and K1 will be fine. Is out of regen though. Has nothing to heal himself up. As he would deny himself to neutrals, opting for that one. So it's obviously a safe trip back to base, but it is a long trip. 26 seconds when you die to neutrals, of course, early on. It's a painful amount of time to be away, but seeing no other way to reset himself in that lane.
Yeah.
So I guess there really was no other way. Could have got stuff sent out, but then it's going to be about the same duration. It's going to cost you money.
Yeah, it's going to cost you money. He saved himself time for sure. Yeah. Like he would have not even been making. He would have maybe been making it back to base pretty soon now, and then he would have to TP a couple seconds later. So he definitely that was good efficiency by him. Play this level 4. And TA has now, as we said, the levels start to pick up on TA. You pass the Kunkka in net worth and able to just go to the jungle and hit those creeps, and your side blades actually start punishing him quite a bit. But they can make moves on mid very easy, as Kunkka is now 6. So can easily set up for a kill as you break the refraction as well pretty easily. And I'm already seeing some pings at least. Looks like Yapsor was in the area.
Did come across to check out that neutral camp. Yeah. Obviously the temptation as a TA to come over and take that away if it's the sort of an easy camp to kill quickly.
Yep. Puppy holding his ground here for a bit until Matumba gets closer. Matu's, I mean, he really wants his courier, and there's the gank that we were mentioning that they eventually would start to set up. Just let us show his face for a moment. And Matumba now has his item, so he's not going to be sitting as low. And maybe now they can put more pressure onto Lelis, as I thought they might. Schofield with those nice courier snipes. But yeah, it's a level 2 puck now at your 6-minute mark. And you can see how much damage he gets. He has 0 stats on this puck whatsoever. And Secret is very aware of what's going on.
I mean, overall, though, the lanes aren't going that terribly right for Beast Coast. We have 2 of their farming just as well. It is just that top lane that's starting to look a bit shaky.
I'm worried about levels. That's the one thing. Like gold, it's still only like less than 1K, but I feel like they're getting really crushed in experience. Because I just saw a level 2 or level like 3-ish puck and like a level 3 Grimstroke as well. So I'd imagine that Secret, they have an XP advantage by a decent amount right now, unless I'm like completely getting something. Not understanding what's going on, but yeah, the TAs are also like, yeah, they're definitely doing super well on that experience factor.
Yeah, Crystal and K1 are fine with how the lanes have gone and how this game started off.
Yeah, I'm concerned about the supports, yeah. Schofield had a rough one last game because his whole team kind of did, and this one it doesn't look like it's getting better for him at least. But yeah, the carries are the ones that are still farming. That is a very broke puck, and you want this puck to have levels in this game. You're versus Morphling.
Yeah.
If he gets a good start, he's actually going to have a pretty good impact versus him, but Lelis.
Nisha starting to make the moves around the map, setting up for kills. Schofield, careful there. Orbs down to the river. Both teams quickly find those early tier 1s with the amount of neutral farming there that will be happening on both sides.
And now we're going to just see the mid player and the safe lane player of Beast Coast just jungling. Well, I feel like Secret, they've got active plays. They've got a Doom and a Kunkka that can look to run around and kill things. Beastmaster's even jungling too. We're going to have all 3 cores on the side of Beast Coast jungling in a second. And 2 very underfarmed, underleveled supports. That is it's only the 1K, but these type of things definitely concern me if Secret does just start making moves and just being active.
Radiant's top tower has been attacked.
With Matumba now, that means if you're not pressuring him at all, so that's gonna be a free farm Morphling as well.
Yeah, he can go any lane he wants.
Yep.
It's 5-1, 1K lead for Secret, but yeah, definitely got to see what Beast Coast, what the payoff's going to be for them, going for this sort of very passive start to things top lane.
No time but pushing the limits as he's now hit.
Yeah, I mean,
he's super high level, so it's not even that much of a risk as long as he doesn't get caught by some silence. Schofield.
Nisha's got the combo if he wants to do this.
He's just getting hit.
Schofield's just going to accept it. He did have to jump with the silence, but I mean, even if he jumps there, they kill him mid lane. Doom is down. Can they stay on top of him though? Zai's trying to chase. It looks like the TA may just be a little tough.
He got that brooch. Yeah, the brooch.
Get him out of there.
I think without the brooch, he probably gets caught up to there. So a little bit of extra movement speed, quite a benefit as a waste of Doom. That's nice for Beast Coast at least.
Radiant's middle tower is under
It's very
attack.
important that they don't allow their cores to get picked off. Nisha farming aggressively is going to go for the Bracers Radiance build. And with the start he's out, it will be a solid timing, especially if we can still make these aggressive moves and set up for the rest of Secret to get these kills.
God, I have a feeling these supports are going to get one-shotted in the fights from Beast Coast. They're so squishy. Like, your 4th-position puck is the bottom net worth in the game, too. Needless, though, he actually does have his book 1 already finished up, which is pretty damn good.
Turns with the roll. The combo's going to be down, trying to get that run buff to Puppy, keep him safe. And Puppy, he will live for now. Nightmare to walk away. Puppy was fine. And Nishi can now turn with the X mark, dragging back Stinger. Stinger cannot escape as they'll bring down the Grimstroke. Puppy will live. Nisha saves the day once again.
And now Leolis as well, getting hit. Yapsor gets the Fade Bolt on him. Another kill. Oh boy. And it's a level 4 puck at the 10.5-minute mark. They're getting crushed in the experience sectors, as I was saying earlier. These supports are nowhere near 6, and they're the ones that have to be active in the game, as they have 2 junglers as their other cores for quite a bit of time. Who's going to be the one to step up? Is my question for Beast Coast. Is it going to be the Tiny that goes for some type of fighting build, or is it going to be the TA that tries to go for like a blink? Because someone has to.
Well, someone's going to get a blink
someone
soon.
has to go active, but they're both going to farmings.
They are, you know. The death's so understandable TA, but K1 out of the options he has, going for the full S and Y.
Maybe he'll join the fights with this though, because it still is a fighting build. It's not like he went the double bracers or the Mask of Madness.
Yeah, you're right. It's not the mask build.
So he can look to join fights. So maybe we'll see that be the case, but.
I don't know, still, if you're turning up as an S and Y Tiny, I don't know what that does against Secret this game. I feel like if Nisha's going to be the neighborhood, drops down a boat, you're no longer comboing someone down, and you're just going to get turned upon.
Yeah, reverses.
It's just carry Tiny is not easy to play. And I think Secret, you know, you look at their cores there, effectively all very beefy. You know, Matu can be beefy if he wants to, and then there's a Kunkka and a Doom.
Yep.
You know, these heroes don't get sort of 100 to 0'd in a second.
And a Rum, right? And Chris Luck here, he's going to get lifted instantly into a grip, and it's a pretty easy kill again here for Secret. As we said, the moves are just, they're so hard for, there's nobody that can be active.
It's getting rough.
On Beast Coast's side, the farm has so many.
The farm looks good, right, for the TA and the Tiny. But what can they do? They're down bottom, they do fine, all alone. Zai, he's still alive, finally falls, the tree will kill him. Secret will be in to get some trades, they'll get Stinger, they are going to try and chase and see if they can find Schofield as well. Schofield, he's heading into the trees, some orb on orb action. Schofield, he jumps to the side.
He knows he's there, he saw him.
Have they got anything to get in here? The sentry placement, beautiful, giving that small area of vision to allow them to finish off the kill, double kill. The Yapzor.
They almost didn't even get Zai. That was really scary. That would have been
like 3 heroes going on him for like 10 seconds whilst Zai was on his own. Oof. It's going to be tough for Beast Coast.
Yep, the farm, like you said, still pretty decent for their 2 cores. The Beastmaster, this is quite a bit lower. He does at least have that like book 1 finish, but he is only level 7 as well.
Behold!
Oh no. They found him again, the torrent!
Oh.
And the orb, Yapzor's in!
That is he's level 6, he's got coil available again, but doesn't want to use it because he's afraid of Yapzor maybe stealing it.
And there's just so much nuke between the supports. He hits 0, 6, and 1 on Schofield's puck. it's not been a great series for Schofield's KDA.
No, definitely not.
K1.
He's getting doomed. He's getting full gone on here.
They do get the soul by now. The roar as well onto the two of them, but he's already so low on the Tiny. A Stinger just dead. K1 is gone. They're crumbling. They're crumbling once again here in game 2.
I mean, look at this. Yap SORTEO with the Aether Lens. He even steals the boar. He's going to have the slow. An easy kill for the 2 supports. Secured with the Fable.
It's rough for BEASTCOAST. I mean, you know, Secret, they're a pretty good team. Yeah, you know, I think it's fair. They're kind of decent.
Pretty good set of players.
You can't feel too bad if you're BEASTCOAST. As, yeah, Secret, I think they're pretty happy to find BEASTCOAST in this upper end of the group stage here. Quite a juicy matchup for them as they're making it look pretty easy. 15-2, 7k lead already for Secret.
Can we get an XP check too? What's the XP? It's what, like a 15,000 XP lead already? No, that's too much. Okay, I thought it'd be like 7. I actually thought it was gonna be like 8 to 10,000 already. And these early points in the game,
not again, Schofield.
But 7,000 and 7,000.
One sad thing for Secret is Zai probably won't be the MVP this game. I think Schofield. I think there's going to be a fair few hashtag Schofields this game.
Yeah. I just was confused. Like, he started with the boots. You know, like, boots as a puck. You're not... When you want to play like this pressuring puck, you go for these stat items, so then you can just hit the Morphling, you hit the Morphling, you hit the Bane, and you hit them back. But he went for boots, so he's literally just, he's not able to trade at all. He's not actually able to pressure the Morphling as much, and he's just going for courier snipes with these boots. So I was not a big fan of it at all in this game. Because sure, he killed the couriers, but what did it really accomplish? Sure, it slowed down the Morphling for like maybe 20 seconds, 30 seconds, something like that. Cut his net worth a bit. But Secret with a firm grasp.
Yeah.
It doesn't really feel like it's being let up whatsoever as Matumba just continues to get full free farm. Nakunka's got Radiance.
TA's starting to slip behind, and you know, with the TA, you always expect to sort of be taking over everyone in farm at 15 minutes with the way you play the jungle.
Yeah.
And it's just not happening in this game with how much Secret are finding it across the map. All 3 cores in the top spots.
And because you have, like we said, you have 2 heroes that want to go to the jungle. You have Tiny and TA. The map is going to be limited for you to just farm jungle creeps.
The good news is that Radiant's structure
pre-16 minute. Radiance for Nisha. And a full mech for Puppy.
Oh, a full mech. Oh, wow.
Full mech.
All right, that's scary. Maybe Matumba, they can get him here. He actually does not get the strength morph. He gets silenced as well, but he's got a Ghost Scepter.
And he's fine.
And he's
also got the entire team coming in to help him.
Everybody.
As they'll get Lelis.
Where's Chris?
He's hiding. Ooh. He's melding.
Ooh. He's outside of that. Outside of that, like, true sight vision, so they won't see him.
Yeah, he's good. He's fine. He's gonna have to spend some time there hiding in the invis.
Yep. And at least he's got an Aegis to himself. You know, he's feeling good at least a bit here, but definitely not feeling good overall about the game.
No. Especially that E-Blade being done within the next minute for Matu.
Yeah.
All 3 of their cores. I mean, you know, the carry in the mid, Matu and Nisha just have so much kill potential.
Oh, look at this.
Bots
been on episode. He knows. Like,
yeah, that's when you know it's over. That's when you know it's over.
He's feeling so good in this game because he's just able to be everywhere now. And now it's like you can just address any type of lane side pushes or just be in every situation of a fight.
Okay, well, he's in trouble. The E-Blade brings him down low. Finally falls, they'll pop him. And now they'll step across. CRISOL again. All he can do is meld away.
Don't do it, Chris. I knew he was going to try. Oh, God, no, CRISOL. I knew he was going to do it, too. Really wanted to hit him. Oh. Wait, do they actually not have any detection for him?
What a bunch of scrubs this Team Secret is. Honestly, no detection.
Burn him down. Burn. The slow burn. Goodbye, Chris.
There we go. They got him. They don't need no detection.
Arcane ring.
Bottom tower is
19-2. The question is, can we get the 2-time 32-2 score?
Ooh.
That would be, honestly, if I was Beast Coast right now, that would be the goal that I'd be hoping for.
Oh, I thought Yepson maybe was going to get like a solo kill here.
Oh, again, the orb on all plays, the expose there from Nisha. 0-8 and 1. Schofield. It's a rough KDA. Well, in the first game, it was 0-something. What was it in the end?
I think, I don't know at the end, but he was 0-8 at one point.
That's not a great KDA.
Not on your 4 position that you need to be having these games to be able to put pressure and to be the playmaker. They have no active hero. Their active hero is the Beastmaster, who, like you said, like we know, he wants us in his lane and push the towers down, but his lane didn't go well.
I want to see Nisha go for the Cobalt play. Kunkka.
Cleave off of the Cobalt.
That's the plan. That's why you get the Kunkka the shovel. Any angle, you're ready to line up that Tidebringer.
Oh god, and then you accidentally A-click and you're like, wait, it was a bounty rune. Oh no.
That can happen. That can happen. You be careful. It's a dangerous sport. Oh no, Schofield.
Goodbye.
Schofield.
F in chat for Schofield.
Hashtag Schofield in chat for Schofield.
Yeah. Oof.
Poor lad.
He's having...
Poor lad.
It's a rough one, but it's also... I mean, in this one, I feel like the situation for him again was hard. I really disliked his itemization, though, at the start. I do not like the boot. The double boot supports. Okay. He got his strength morph off, though.
He did. And he's fine. In fact, he's going to turn into Tiny, toss back.
Oh, he got Roar.
Lift ups there, drag back. It's the stolen Roar. Yapso continues to style, along with the rest of his team. Unstoppable on his Rubik.
Gets that last hit as well, of course. Yep, he's loving life. Surpassing, catching up to the TA, actually, pretty soon. In net worth.
That should help.
And they're just itemizing just to be a little bit tankier, and the fights just are absolutely impossible right now for Beast Coast.
The wages of fear.
I don't think it just gets worse. It really just gets worse and worse as this game progresses.
Very little comeback potential, unfortunately, for Beast Coast. The heroes they have.
Essence Ring. Essence Ring Morphling's nice. Essence Ring anybody's nice. Oh, and a Pupil's Gift. Nice, very lovely. So very strong Team Secret showing today.
I mean, I'm just excited for Chaos versus Vici after this. You know what I mean? Vici, of course, a team that was able to really give it to Secret in a good sort of back and forth series. Chaos, a team that got destroyed by Beast Coast. So what does this mean?
Chaos destroys Vici. Oh god.
I mean, that's
the storylines. But I don't know.
What is going to happen? Maybe Chaos had a bad day yesterday. Maybe they will be
they did seem
today.
I mean, they did seem off, but
yeah.
We'll see when we get there. Is this one? It ain't over yet, but it's pretty over. They can't do anything. They really can't. Right now, you see Schofield. He's trying to cut some waves so that they can get some extra farm.
Radiant's top tower has been attacked.
Yeah. Secret's got all they need.
We got another tower, another objective. Lincoln Sphere closing in upon.
What timing is Beast Coast like trying to actually just take a fight? I'm trying to think. Like, do they just need both of the? They're not even gonna go for the other BKB on K1. He's just gonna do his standard Silver Edge build that he likes. So BKB is finished on the T-Ad. I mean, this might just well be. I mean, I don't even know if it's like I want to say timing for fight, but it's like.
Oh, Schofield.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I had that one.
Schofield.
Okay, so maybe they will be able to find something here.
Well,
but that's thank you. Oh my god, Zai doesn't even damage.
Yeah, now they've got to run. And Zai's going to be chasing. He's going to be chasing the two of them. They've got the X mark dragged back onto K1.
Oh my god. Yeah, this is.
Under siege.
Oh, again though.
They'll live, but
they don't have detection.
Won't be pretty.
So they're smart. K1 knows that he can hide away with the Shadow Blade. He's fine. For now.
He's fine to go back to base.
Up to the base they go, Secret. Look to end it all. As K1 He gets hit by the stolen avalanche. He's back under the tier 4. Secret won't dive any further. On the side there, Feastgrid there on the CRISOL. CRISOL turns and we get. They do get the soul bind out. Two of them focusing Matu and Nisha. These heroes very, very tanky. Can they kill Nisha off? He's getting low.
They actually can.
They get him.
They broke the coil. Both of them actually walked out of it.
Now can they get more? They'll turn to Puppey. Puppey, he's in trouble. They'll get him. You can see already they're desperately chasing for something even bigger.
Wow, that's the 5-position Bane that just took a lot of hits from that Tiny to die. But they do get 2 kills.
They got 2 kills?
Yeah, a very aggressive TP forward from the Schofield. He actually was right in the midst of everybody and gets a good silence with that Soulbind and the coil. They both broke it. The Kunkka and the Morphling look like they both did because they were running away from the Inkswell.
Wait, who's building a Holy Locket?
That was Bane. That was the Bane, right?
Well, this is a cursed item. This could actually lose Secret again. Do not build the Holy Locket.
Did you see what Yaps was
It is
building?
literally the worst item in the game. That could be the turning point.
Yaps was going Bloodstone as well. They're having a good time.
Honestly, Bloodstone on Rubik is much more. That's okay. I'm okay with that.
But like, what else will Puppey hit?
But a Holy Locket.
He's got a mech.
Do not ever build that item.
He's got a mech. He's got
Do not do it. Holy Locket.
I mean,
honestly, I'm telling you,
he was barely even dying.
If he finishes this item, they're going to lose the game.
They're not going to lose the game.
They are going to lose the game.
Nope.
Guarantee it. If he builds Holy Locket, they will lose. That's how the...
Buff Holy Locket is pretty much what we're saying.
It's a delicate science here in the land of Dota 2.
He's about to get it. 2, 1.
Oh. No,
he's focused on the...
He knows. Puppey knows it's a huge risk to take. Nobody has ever won with this item.
Hell yeah, I get it at base now. Have you ever seen it bought in a pro game?
Yeah, we have.
I know that. I haven't.
Not recently. I don't think it was built at all at the minor. I don't think there was a single game where it was built.
I definitely have not. Oh, no. I think I did see it on a Dazzle. I saw one game on a Dazzle.
And it was still terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't great. It's just too expensive. And you already use Energy Booster for so many components. That's my other thing too. Is like Energy Booster, you like your Aether Lens, your Lotus Orbs, like these, your Aeon Disc or something like that. Using an Energy Booster for.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Either way, this one, he's gonna have it finished up, and he's the Bane, so it's like whatever.
Schofield sticking to the plan, dying once more. 0, 12, and 2.
0, 12.
Bottom lane, they're pushing in. Puppey, Avalanche is in, they're going in for the BKB. Doom is down onto the TA. TA has to back up straight away. The Brum will be upon them, but it doesn't land onto any of the enemies. So they're still able to back off CRISOL. He's going to be able to get away from this.
Oh. They killed the Bane as soon as he finished the Holy Locket on it. I'm just kidding.
I'm telling you.
Shut up.
We're going to go to game 3, boys and girls. Do not build this item. Puppey knows that he is dancing with the devil.
What do you think we can,
when he finishes this item?
Can we make it like what, like a max 30 charges on stick or something as well, and 2 or something? Like, I don't even know what you... Yeah, I think you just change the rest of your components or something. It's just too expensive, but either way. Still firm control by Secret, but BEASTCOAST is starting to actually make a way outside to be able to maybe even attempt to get some kills on the support, at least.
Oh. Look. BB.
Oh, the silence. And goodbye.
And he's going to get
And he's going to know that there's vision up there now.
Back in the river, though. Nisha needs to focus. Can they bring him down? The army's bringing him low. Nisha, he's trying to run. He's not going to be able to get away. He's dead for 80. Starting to feel the repercussions of having a Holy Locket on their team. But Secret suddenly lose the mid laner.
Didn't he have cheese?
Yes. But
it was in his back. I guess it was in his backpack. Sorry.
Okay. But it wouldn't have been in his backpack if Puppey didn't buy the Holy Locket.
Shut up. Okay, Schofield does at least have some farm. Like, he is 0 and 12, but he's got a Veil and an Aghanim. That's pretty respectable for just dying all over the place in this game. Yeah, so maybe again.
Let the world end now.
0, 13, and 2.
Yeah, so just showing this poor man no mercy.
Oh, no. Poor old Schofield. 36, 13k. But K1 and CRISOL, they're still They're holding close
And K1's got
behind
the
the
talent.
cores.
He hit the level 20. He's got the 20 strength.
They've got respectable farm. In a game that's going as haywire as this one,
he's going to get gripped. He's got no backup. Look at how long this is going to last.
I'm afraid Radiant's middle tower is under siege.
Oh my god, the Eternal Fiend's grip.
Sorry to say.
Dead to the supports. Unable to do anything.
Bottom lane, they just lost their racks.
They did just lose their racks.
They just lost half of the racks.
Ah, clear sailing now.
I mean, you got it. You're not out of it yet, Secret. You're not out of this yet. Beast Coast. Showing that they've still got a few tricks up their sleeves.
How long do we have on Roche? No, sorry, on who am I calling now? How long on Aegis? Sorry, yeah. There we go. It's about a minute and a half, so now I think they can go for a push here, because I think they just finished AC as well. Everyone's starting to join toward that mid area. I do think Secret can still just push this, and inside of a 5v5 fight, it still feels really difficult for Beast Coast to do much of anything. This tremendous lead. It's still into Aegis.
20 seconds really before Beast Coast is able to fight. They've got no Tiny, they've got no TA.
The enemy is storming Radiant's top barracks.
They'll have a tier 2 bottom.
They do, so Mega Creeps won't be out quite yet. Secret will have to come back later. Yeah, that bottom lane needs to be dealt with if they want to try and go for the full cleanup.
He's got it set up to deal with the bottom lane too, just in case any type of split push action does go down. He's got the traps there to counteract it. And he is actually going to have the Bloodstone pretty soon.
Yeah, it's pretty much done.
Oh, and he finds a Craggy Coat. Okay, that's not bad, not bad.
There we go. That's the Bloodstone on the Courier, finishing off that Kaya for himself.
Yep, and he's gonna be tanky.
So all the spell amplification for this Rubik right now. Starts to build up those charges. His spells, the stolen ones, they are going to hurt.
He is very buff Rubik as well. He not only just has the magic resistance from the Shaw, but also with that, he is very strong.
Where's your Aegis now? Okay.
That's a stretch.
He takes it away. Back over here. Nisha. He's got backup. So now Beast Coast have to get out of here, get back to the base, as they'll quickly lose the Beastmaster to the burst of matter.
He gets the roar again, though. Roar is stolen. And that is a very long cast range roar as well. And you see 20k, 20k.
Where do they go with this? Secret.
I think
on track to take
the
this.
Game. Yeah, to push this one down. Go for the megas.
Blessings.
Go for a smoke, see if they catch anyone outside of the base, but Beast Coast, for the most part, they know they've got to prepare. Stay up on the high ground. They are trying to push up on the top, get what they can from the map, but they will have to return to the base to defend if Secret look to go up again. Looks like Secret are trying to sweep up top and catch them on the retreat.
Okay.
See if they can get Chris Luck outside of the base.
Yeah.
He's going to show on the next wave. At least he's thinking about it. He's already out. Smart heads up play, knows that they're coming hunting for him, and he will be able to avoid it. Gets the NKB done.
They've read the movement of Chris Luck, though, and now they can push that lane out again. But it's just going to stall the game out a little bit, which Beast Coast is happy about. They don't actually get their base pressured right there.
$21k down, Beast Coast. Not quite as rough as game one, for sure. This game two, they still were able to play, get sort of a game out of it. Very much a game where they have been behind the entire time. Yeah. Coming out, Dream Cards onto the 2, they'll go to the Raw straight away on the Doom. 2's going to be the focus, Soulbind, the punch coming out, Zai finally falls, they'll turn over towards Nisha, with the BKBs out, Krista could stay on target, the double silence is out as well. K1 on the front line gets nuked down by Matt, but he'll live. The Glimmer King keeps the tiny safe. They've lost the TA though, they have lost the puck yet again.
And Hector gets away with he got away with a sliver of HP. He did. He actually might just die. Oh, Zai's there, he saw him, he got the Infernal Blade.
He doesn't have buyback himself, K1. He does not, so he's gone for the 75. They'll be able to bring the others back into the game for one final hold, Beast Coast. Secret They may just have managed to seal it up here. And the slightly later moment of the game in comparison to game 1, but still very much a game where it's quite clear that Secret had no trouble with BEASTCOAST.
What did you say? Scofield just XDing over and over again?
No, we didn't.
Yeah, he was just spamming XD in the chat.
XD spamming in 2020. What is going on?
I saw them saying like GG and he's just clicking. I mean, people were saying GG and he just started spamming XD. I'm not sure why.
I want to see some
I didn't see if like someone else said something beforehand, but.
Oh, I love the XD spam. Oh, I love the XD spam.
He had a rough start. He got some couriers killed and all that.